Welcome back, everybody, to Let's Play Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen. We're going back into the Everfall. Last time I attempted to end on a fight with the UrDragon. The UrDragon. Didn't really happen, though. So I rested a little bit, let a little bit of time pass in the game. And we're going after it again. Hopefully this time it works. So this is the Chamber of Lament. This is the final room of the Everfall that we have. I mean, we have explored it now. We've been in here. But the final room that we haven't conquered, I guess. So I don't exactly know, like, what prompts the UrDragon to spawn, to swoop in and attack. The corrupt pawns are over here again, though.
Strength in numbers, Arisen.
Did it!
These guys,
have triumphed.
and girls, I guess, can be a bit of a hassle. Especially if they're, like, mages or sorcerers or anything. They can be quite dangerous.
Arisen,
Aha!
I know you well.
Alright, UrDragon is going to show up, that means. He's got to be up in the sky somewhere. Where are you at, buddy? Ah, you can kind of see him. There he is. He's flying in. He always flies in from that vortex in the background there. There we go! UrDragon. So he's going to have these kind of glowing, you can see there, pinkish, purplish weak spots. And he has a whole series of them. They're all over his body. He's going to have some on his chest, on his legs, on his tail. You can see him attacking the one on the middle of his tail there. And as you do damage to him, to his weak spots, they corrupt, for lack of a better term. So he goes from looking like a fairly smooth, white dragon, purple eyes, kind of some black trimming in there. Pretty cool looking, I think, in my opinion. You'll see he gets all like black and toxic looking. Lack of a better description there. You can see like his tail, that spot on his tail there is kind of turning nasty. His leg, his right back leg, starting to look kind of nasty as well.
I've learned new techniques against that foe. Find those claws!
Sounds like my pawns are learning a little bit here from the action. I don't really know how to tell when it's like when it's done, when it's as damaged as it gets. I guess that happens. So yeah, he's got a bunch of these hearts on him. And they drop items when they're just defeated. So I thought I saw one right around here. So that looks like that one's maybe done. And it'll seal itself up, like it won't be glowing anymore, I believe, when you've actually polished off one of its weak points. So I would love to grab, there we go, Great Dragon Claw, Putrid Dragon Scales. So those are some of the very unique items that you can get from the UrDragon here.
Find that tail! Quickly!
There's another one back here on the tip, towards the tip of his tail more. And so in order to kill the UrDragon, you're going to have to wipe out each of his hearts, each of his weak points. So you can see his tail kind of decayed there and looks all skeletal and nasty now.
Now, Master! Aim for his heart! I'll rend its heart with this blow!
I would love to just grab some of these items while I have the chance.
Find those
If
claws!
he'd get up and give me a chance, I guess. Dragon claws, great dragon claws, sour ambrosial meat. Holy cow, that's amazing. Great dragon claw, talent from a dragon, used in the crafting of blah blah blah. Okay, nothing special. A scrap of the UrDragon's hide, used in the crafting of things. Oops, not discard, give. Normal dragon claws. Yeah, so that's some pretty good stuff. The sour ambrosial meat, though. Holy moly, that's super rare. I'm going to turn that into a liquid vim, though.
Mind those veins!
And you can see tons and tons of items are dropping here from how much we're wrecking some of his easier to reach weak points, I guess. And yeah, we're gonna have to fully destroy each and every one of his weak points in order to actually kill the dragon. And he has some really dangerous attacks, as you might guess from something considered, you know, the toughest enemy in the game. The final boss, for lack of a better term. Not really the final boss, he's kind of an optional boss. Like the ultimate weapon in Final Fantasy, that sort of thing. He's got a weak point up on his wings there. I don't know that I can target that with my spell, or not my spell, but just my attack here. As boring as this may appear, and apologies for that, by the way, this is actually one of the most effective ways of dealing with the UrDragon. Because, as I mentioned, he's very, very weak to holy damage, and just charging up my regular attack like this and unleashing a barrage, they home in with the holy enchantment, and they do just a devastating amount of damage.
It's useless to strike at its bones.
Most of the darkened areas are useless.
Strike where the beast glows. Its bones are immune to attacks.
Cool, so it looks like we just sealed the weak point on its right front paw. Its face is probably about done. It looks like his weakness on his face is done.
I'll send you back to the grave.
His legs are almost wrapped up, which I guess makes sense, because that's kind of where my pawns and I are going to be focusing. It's some of the easiest spots to hit. So there's one on the base of his tail. I mean, you can see them. Like, when you start doing a bit of damage to them, they really, really stand out.
That was effective. Tis a troubling foe.
I'm going to give a bit of holy affinity to my various melee pawns there. And by various, I mean one of them.
It's useless to strike at its bones.
Yeah, this fight's actually going rather well. He's going to be leaving soon, though.
I'll scale it and strike from above. This will restore a bit of health.
So I'm going to load up on a lot of the items that he's dropping here again. You know,
Attack the heart quickly. The heart is
items are always useful, and these can be helpful for various upgrades and things, I suppose.
Now, Master, aim for its heart. I'll scale it and strike from above.
Rotten ambrosial meat, that's unfortunate. Did he fly off, or is he still here? He's still here. Looks like he... Oh, crap.
strike from above!
He's charging up a very devastating breath attack, was the rest of that sentence.
It hates light!
Yeah, he looks quite different from how he did when he first showed up.
I'll scale it and strike from above!
Trying to hit that point on his wing, although it looks like I'm targeting one on his front right shoulder.
The dragon's flesh is brought from the heart of the risen.
I'll scale it and strike from above!
Let's run away from that breath attack.
Combat it with holy light!
Most darkened areas are useless.
Quickly! The heart is
The
unprotected!
dragon's flesh is brought.
He's doing some sort of chanty thing over there. What's he doing? He can cast spells, I believe.
Glows.
Like very powerful spells.
Troubling foe! Curative will serve. I'll scale it and strike from above!
He's almost dead, which is actually surprising to me. Looks like on his left wing, my right, he has a weak point. He also has one up on his neck there.
Darkened areas are useless.
Maybe we just finished off the weak point on his
The heart
his
is
wing?
unprotected!
looks like we just finished off the one on his chin.
I'll scale it and strike from above!
Is he done? He might be flying away. He might have decided to end the fight. And I have a bunch of rotten ambrosial meat, which I do not need at all.
Even a glancing blow is deadly.
Actually, I take that back. I think I can turn rotten ambrosial meat into something useful.
'Tis not
Oh,
defeat,
too late now.
battle master.
Alright, so yeah, he ran away. We have Great Dragon Horn. Great Dragon Fang. Okay, not bad at all. He's almost done. So if we go back to town, and I am going to drop off a bunch of the sour ambrosial meat. There's no reason to be carrying that stuff around with me. The rest of it, the Great Dragon bits and pieces, I don't mind leaving with my pawns for now. When they start to become heavily encumbered, then I'll spend time depositing or selling their stuff, but other than getting it out of my inventory, not really worth managing at this point.
Have your pick. Any you
Uh,
like. What will it be today?
I want to deposit the meat. Deposit a few of those. Deposit a few of those. That should be fine. I know I'm not going to stay in light encumbrance for long.
What will it be today? Have your pick. What will it be today? Understood.
So I'm going to rest twice until morning and then back down to do it all again. We're going to get... Oh yeah, and it's not... It doesn't have to send Lucy's info to the server because we're in offline mode.
What will it be? Understood.
We're going to get a boatload of experience. I think it just, like, automatically levels you up twice or 1.5 times or something like that. I could be mistaken on that, though. It has a very higher chance of dragon forging equipment than, like, the drakes and the worms and the wyverns and those guys. Not a guaranteed chance to dragon forge equipment like Grigori, the dragon. But still very, very high. Like twice as much as the normal drakes, whatnot.
No ground rises up to meet.
For the offline version. For the online version, I believe it is, if you manage to kill it within that very narrow, very difficult to time window that I mentioned previously, I believe it is a guaranteed upgrade for everything that you have equipped, regardless of whether it has any upgrade stars or not. Again, you know, I could be mistaken, but that's what I believe to be true. So here we are. So the corrupt pawns over here should have respawned. So let's sprint over here and deal with them very quickly.
Tis a troubling foe.
Strength in numbers arisen.
Alright, so coins down, dropped a lot of coins. Ancient scroll from whoever that one was.
Cede your life to me.
Alright, UrDragon time again, here we go. We gotta figure out where those last couple of weak points are. And just polish them off. Come on down, buddy. I see you in the distance there. There, he's swooping down.
No, they hold the advantage.
It is a creepy, skeletal-looking dragon.
Strike from above.
So it looks like the last 2 or 3 are just on his neck there. It should be fairly easy to finish him off.
I'll scale it and strike from above.
If I can just get him to leave me alone long enough to hit him in the neck. Oh man, stay away from that breath attack. I think his attacks get nastier as you do more damage to him. Although, again, could be mistaken. Alright, there we go.
Even.
Ah, we got a little cutscene. Aha. So that is our super loot that we get for actually defeating him, which is 20 wake stones. Just so happens to be the number that we actually need for the quest. Dragon's Risen, which I think is... I don't know what that is. Some piece of equipment. So we did upgrade a piece of equipment. That's good. I think I have 3 candidates, like 3 pieces of equipment that can potentially be upgraded. So...
Tis not defeat to flee from battle, master.
Frame rate's kind of chugging a little bit here. Let's go check that loot that dropped. I don't believe this loot is on a timer. Like, I don't think it'll despawn. But I don't know anymore. Heaven's Key. Oh, that's really awesome. Bunch of fairy stones, bunch of wake stones.
Lest we brought cures
Yeah, so
for
we're going to
various
be
ailments.
picking up wake stones for the rest of our lives here.
It is my duty to share this journey with you and enlarge
Um,
the sights.
So he can drop, the UrDragon, when you defeat him, can drop a handful of different unique holy weapons. So weapons that do holy damage. Which is odd because he's weak to holy weapons. Hey, check it out. I'm level 88 and I defeated him. That's awesome.
I am thankful.
So let's take a look here real quick. Pass a bunch of those over. 22 wake stones. We have a lot of wake stones now. Seeker's token, don't need that. That can be sold. Heaven's Key. Daggers infused with divine might. Through a method lost to time. Their holy enchantment will never fade. Yeah, so they are holy daggers. which would be very, very awesome if I were any sort of dagger-using class right now, like the Magic Archer or something. I would... There's also, for sure, a Holy Sword, and I don't know what other enchanted weapons he can potentially drop. If you defeat the online version, he has a much more interesting set of very unique things. Really... Okay, so frame rate is just going to be awful whenever I'm around his dead body. Just kind of a shame. I'm just going to do one last quick check for loot around here, just to see if he dropped anything. I think he only dropped a handful. Like, I had destroyed most of his hearts, so I think I only got a couple of those Petron scales. That's all there was. Alright, that was fun. Just not going to give that. We're going to use that. So I'm going to go back to Cassardus, because it's very cheap to rest at Cassardus. I'm going to fight the UrDragon once or twice more offline in an attempt to Dragon Forge the rest of my equipment, get a bit more experience. I really want to hit level 100 as a sorcerer so I can switch over to a more interesting class. I'm probably just going to fight it, like, probably maybe kill it once, maybe twice more off camera. You're not going to be missing much. It's going to be exactly the same strategy, just Holy Enchantment, shoot little orbs at it, try to dodge its attacks, rinse and repeat. And I'll be back when I'm done with that, and we can go turn in 20 Wakestones and see what fun things happen there. So, yeah, I will be back in just a moment.